Hello, welcome back. Last time I learned about city life and did an odd job at the Flying Noodle restaurant. And a couple of other things happened that I want to point out, so... This does not say fortress, that says entrance. Flying Noodle entrance. How was it? Angry ID. We've been eyeing that fancy house that just went up for sale recently in the north part of the city. Way outside our price range. That house couldn't possibly afford that either, so if I were to exit and look at the world description... Leaf decides to take on various jobs to earn enough keys to buy a dream home, so I wonder if that is perhaps the home that I am after. Also, down here... You, Bombug I, wanted to go to the bank to check the exchange rates, but you lost your wallet at the airport and can't pay the bridge toll. So, lost your wallet at the airport sounds very much to me like it is cluing me toward... How do I get there? This. So I want to go there and do that. So if I want to get to that... So take Frederick Street to... Alright, so take Flappy Street to Frederick Street. Okay, I'm getting tempted to do some crimes just so that I can exit rooms quicker. Right, public waypoint, city entrance, 1 sky key. Feels like I will just never have that convenience if I want to keep sky keys, because that looks like an optional one, but maybe that's the only public waypoint I can get to, and I'll strictly have to use it for something. That's gonna be my guess, but I'm not ready for that yet. This is not what I want. Yeah, so repeat interrupts both on the way in and out. How do I do this again? The hospital alley does get me there, right. So I can go across this, and I have a way back. Wait. There we go. Yeah, so navigation's definitely a thing. There's a supermarket, I haven't gone in yet. But I have just one destination. Down at the airport. And I could do things at the park with these keys, but I have... Oh, a secret sewer. Okay, this is not what I expected. That's so gross. Alright. Wow, I like the effect of, like, these. Just the juxtaposition of everything going on here. That's neat. Okay, so you all have statue hats. Should I clean up the sewer beasts? I probably should. Have I lost my opportunity to actually do that? I definitely have. Well, you know what? Couple of sewer beasts taken out. But the, oh boy, so now hang on. It's not impossible that I took a one way I didn't realize. So I'm here now. Hang on, so this has just gotten me to... So I did not find a lost wallet. Alright, you have to actually go. Also, another thing I realized. This is called the Flying Noodle, and the servers are flying snakes, which is pretty good. Anyway, so this... I can't open from this side, but now that I have cleared that, I can come back and open a shortcut that will pay for itself, so I will do that next time I'm over there. Slugs. Want to go to Golden Park. Short 1 sky key. Okay. Not available for loan. What's this say? Golden Park. Oh, it's an amusement park. That kind of park. Okay. Oh boy. Alright. So, in line. Wow, let's not make that happen. Actually, that's fine. You won't hit anybody. Okay, sure. So that's what this looks like. It would take 4 sky keys to get in. That's the parking lot. I like how this is just what a car looks like. I can go to a car dealership. There is one of those around. Gonna take apart your cars slightly. Here, I'll put them back together. I'll even park this one again. There. Shooting gallery. Berry cakes. Alright, so Slug family here. Discussing what to do at the park. Alright, Star Key, the Blast Pack. What's the story here? Okay, so you are Pacific floor. How would I remove these here? This looks trivial. Get packing or we'll start blasting, okay. Now, this room is actually necessary to clear. It doesn't look like there's anything much to it. Not quite sure what's going on here, but I can do that and this. Wait a second. Oh, this isn't what I want, though. No, that would incur a sky key cost on the way back out and not actually get me anywhere. No, 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 this is not what I want. No, this is a room that must not be cleared, because I want to walk across these. Okay, I parsed it. Hi. Blast pack gang, blocking the way. Don't want to mess with them. Okay. So that's gang activity that I'm seeing there. Okay, so having cleared that, I need to go back down to the secret sewer. And can't get any further than that. I could go to this side, but I think there was nothing to see. No, there was. So prime keys... Am I going to have to pay a key toll to get back because I didn't do this right? Yeah, maybe. No. Yes. Okay, so the question was, could I have cleared this on first encounter? Actually, am I sure I can't clear it now? Well, yeah. Because this is the fastest I can possibly get there. And that's no good, and that's no good. Because they all have rubble on their heads. So let's go ahead and just, since relatively little happened... Oh, shoot, I did this wrong. Alright, so where was... because I'm not clearing any rooms, and not putting down any saves, this is causing me an issue. Yeah, should have thought more before I crossed this room. Alright, can I do anything else on this end of town, or did I just lock myself into spending some keys? I think I locked myself into spending some keys, because there's no way out of this other than... Okay, so the question is, well, actually, here's what makes sense. The last consequential action that I did was clearing kitchen. So that's a perfectly reasonable restore point. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, sure. So this puts me back how I was. I'm just in a different part of town, so now I need to actually clear the sewer monsters instead of just kind of picking at them a little bit and then leaving them. So that is what puzzle clearing means. Man, this is just such a different experience from everything else I've seen in this game. So until I commit a robbery and get a sky key, I can safely go over here and back. And the public access waypoint might open the way to more. Alright, so here is Airport Road again. Alright, trash eaters. This particular world is, once again, showing me that I really ought to have a way to list all save files. Is this possible? I think there's a way. Yeah, here's a... I'd have to do that differently. Okay, so figure out how to do the thing. Maybe if I get you first. That might eventually work. Yes, it will. Check it. If I do it... This is still iffy, actually. Did I need to approach this differently? Yeah, so this is setting up an interesting situation, because while I could... I can take this out. And sure, I can kill both of those, but then I'm trapped. Okay, this is interesting. So if I come down here and I'm a little more aggressive toward that than I was last time, maybe I can get all of these still... No. Could I have... Cut this off and then come up here? No. It's unclear if this is actually impossible or if there's something I could still do. Maybe... This is a little different from what I did last time, but I don't think it resolves any better. No, okay, so what if... I have to be here. You're gonna block this exit. Unless I deal with you pretty quickly. I can do that first. No, I can't. That's right. That was the story. I'm one short of that. No other entrances I can use except for this one, which was much more clearly impossible because of the distance of you to here. Yeah, this is probably a tease. Like, this is going to require me to pay a key toll to go through here. I think that's the story, is just that that's unavoidable. Trying to figure out some way I can route you or somebody over to a place where I can access them. Let's try this one more time just in case I'm missing something about it. Like, this is minimal trapdoor disruption. But yeah, wherever I kill a slug, the other one cannot go. I can wait here, sure. But it doesn't help me. Oh boy, room clear. So slugs that leave statue rubble and don't allow... Yeah, so putting a statue rubble hat on a slug makes it a much more fearsome opponent. Fascinating. Alright, if I do the least obvious thing, and go for this first, everything is terrible. Okay, sure. That's why it's the least obvious thing, because it is definitely the worst. Now, and this doesn't let me get there in time. Otherwise, this would work if I were one turn faster. That does not make me one turn faster, that makes me slower. And turning all the way around. Walking a different path doesn't make a difference to your route. The only one is the one that's mandatory, that does anything to you. Well, now, hold up. Am I sure this is wrong? No, I am not sure. Maybe that could work. Oh, I think I found it. There. Oh, dang, right, of course, because, no, those went away. This no good. Same distance away from here as ever. Can't get you and turn around in time. So I suppose I should just allow myself to be convinced that there's no way to do this. But I'm not yet allowing that. Okay, so since I set down a save, let's try one more time from this end, just in case there was a thing I missed there. There was not, because no matter, like, the fastest I can go, ignoring everything cuts off my only way out. Okay, so this is not doable. As far as I can tell, just one more attempt to be absolutely sure. Those moves were all necessary. As soon as I step off this tile, it creates a slug loop that's not so good. Okay, so how far can I go? So if I go here and make this kill, like walking directly over here, is one turn too short. There is no fancy way to get another turn. No. Just think about what if, like, I was standing there and I'd kill things as they went by, but that's never gonna work. I mean, okay, if not for the rubble, then this still wouldn't... Well, yeah, if not for the rubble, a lot of things would work. This is so suspicious, though. Hang on... Facing. Okay, so wait. If those two face each other... How would I make that happen? There might be a way? Not anymore. Wait, no? Okay. Just double check there's nothing that can happen here. Wait a second. New idea. Can I race? No. Not even close. But that's a cool idea. If the path length is different? Is there any way I could set up a race between these two that had them getting to each other at a different time? Well, I can lengthen this, so I go straight there. Then I don't have enough room to go in and back here. I can only go in. But I feel like I almost had something with that idea. So I do this. I get here with plenty of time to spare. I do this. Wait, no, I had one turn. Here we go. Wait, no, this is it. And then they meet each other. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There was a way. Wow, yeah. Again, just such a different experience. My usual puzzle, Right, I did not check whether one started in one of those locations, but they did not. My usual ways of puzzling just aren't so much applicable to the overall design of this world. Just fascinating. Okay, so that is the action of consequence that I want to do there. Clearing this room would be the action of consequence I do not want to do here, as far as I know. Alright, so here's Golden Park. I'm about to have a nice shortcut there. So right, can't go north. Have to go this way. Right, so that's a key toll that actually would lead somewhere... No, it would not lead. I assume there's a stepping stone here. Yeah, okay, so that would give a shortcut back. Right, so that... Paying that toll is the failure state for this puzzle. Being on the other side, you just lose 2 prime keys and can't proceed. That sort of thing would be fine if this were a scouting run, but right now I am doing what I can to be as optimal as I reasonably can. I probably will have to restart and reroute. But if I spot a thing that would have to be rerouted, I will first try hard to avoid it. Okay, so spend prime, get prime. Yeah, or... Yeah, so there's no other way about that. This just opens a shortcut with the contents of my wallet remaining the same. So right, can't afford any of those. And now I think I have no specific destination. Let's just check. What is this? This is warehouse. There were ways down. Okay, so I was gonna do the airport. I am gonna do the airport. That's where I'm starting. That's where I had planned to go after the restaurant. There was also the supermarket, but let's do airport first. Airport entrance, that's a waypoint. Right, the public access waypoint. Airport entrance. Airport lobby. Yeah, alright, that sure is an airport. It's recognizable. That's so good. Alright. Airport where you just do airport things. Ah, yeah, so this exists in the same world as Slimari. That's pretty good. Of course, well, it's the Skyfish. That just makes sense. All this continuity. I love it. Alright, so we got another Bombug family there. Good weather. Whoa! Calm down. Restrooms, baggage claim, departures. Okay, so ticket counters. There's a tree in the restrooms. Alright, this looks familiar. Alright, I've peeked in on everybody. Wait, so if I did want to clear this room... so these are the flush handles. And they would flush the, Wait, no. No, they wouldn't actually because it's tile floor under there. But no, those are the flush handles. So, okay, this is telling me that it is actually... Wait, no, what am I talking about? I do this. Right, of course. That's how you clear that. It's down to the door. Yeah, no, I think every room in this probably is clearable. So far it has been, as far as I know. Let's not go through security just yet. I don't have a ticket. Let's pretend this is back in the era where you could just go through an airport without one of those. Arrivals. Ah, this... this being baggage claim, that's so good! Man, like, just the renditions of things that puzzle authors have pulled off in this game are quite impressive. Yeah, guards yelling at me because I just bypassed security. Alright, yep, so, right, the duty-free shops. It's just, like, too real. Alright, jewelry shop, got it. Yeah, don't come behind the counter or the shopkeeper will get angry. Yeah, okay, I can see what this is going for. I've been in an airport. Serving stone spaghetti here at the airport today. Lost and found. Ooh. Yes, it's definitely mine. How many is that? 2. Alright, 2 infernal keys. Just gonna check if there's anything sneakily in here. Alright, 2 terrors for 2 infernals here. That's good to know about. Right, that's where the lost wallet went. At the airport, not on the road to the airport, like actually at the airport. Okay, but there's a fee to cheat my way in there, of course. Uh-huh, that's right! Subtly, that's a credit sign. Okay. Yeah, view from the Skyfish would be pretty good. Hi. One-way Skyfish flights to public waypoints within the city cost 2 prime keys. One way. Oh, is that... to public waypoints? Okay, there's probably a one-way waypoint there. Because this doesn't have, like, a ladder destination at it or anything. Yeah, so there are ways to make one-way waypoints, and that's probably one of them in there. I mean, I guess I could save and spend my prime keys and check. Speaking of which, I need to remember to save before I'm doing anything that could be a point of no return. Hey! Look at all those places you can go. Alright. Wait a second. So, like, is a thing I can actually do? Are all of these in the game? In some sense? Oh, I am looking forward to seeing what that means. Whoops. I'm so strong I pushed a whole row of seats at once. This phrasing! Ah, the word choice. So good. Yeah, so these little pits are so I could push the monsters down if I did want to clear the room. Right now, that is not the type of playthrough I'm doing. Okay, so I bummed around an airport a bit. I don't have a ticket. I'm just cheating my way through security. But it's very lax here, so nobody is arresting me for it yet. Despite there being quite a few cops around. Cops being those things. Okay, so I wanted to look at the supermarket. And where was the supermarket? It says Mart. It's way up there in that part of town, but that's actually the part of town that I'm in now. Sorry for slicing your car in half. I fixed it. Supermarkets. What did this actually say? Monster Mart. They sell trees. Alright, checkout counters. Yep. Quite clear. Shoppers loaded down with stuff. Oh, look at this! Wow! Bobber fruit, 2 prime keys per bag. Okay, right, so these prices probably are not so much for me as just, like, in-world stuff. Somebody was talking about berries before. Who was talking about berries? Where would that have been? Here? Here? Berry cakes, here we go. Okay, so that's what I was remembering. Sweet berries, 2 prime keys per bag. Wild greens, 3 prime keys. Can I go in there, or is this all... yeah, wooden wall. Oh, look at that thing way up high. 3 prime keys. A little hard to see behind stacks of boxes. There may be some hiding. Oh, this would be a... yeah, 3 prime keys. It goes all the way to FR. Whoa, okay, so... gonna do some ridiculous stacking here. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. Alright, pharmacy customers are gonna talk quietly and not share what they're getting with me, which makes sense. Okay, yeah, so these are the doors to keep the refrigerators cool, of course. This one's empty. But I guess that's just so you can clearly see there's ice under there, because otherwise it's not so easy to see. Whoa! Stuff only. Alright, yep, I see that. I will not be going there. I'm not stuff. Rock rotisserie. Sky key to prime keys. That's expensive. Alright, if I want to eavesdrop on you without you getting angry about it, I guess this is how to do it. Stone steak! Oh, I see! I've messed up. Well, you know what? I got the knowledge. I'll use time travel to read that sign. Donuts! Muffins? Cupcakes, bread, stone scones, and boom biscuits. Alright, all of you unspool a little bit. I want to go over there. Sorry for eavesdropping. Oh, okay, so now Sky Princess, same world, of course. I think the implication is that every world is, like, part of the same big world here. That's the interpretation that's being used here, which is neat. I like that. Okay. Gourmet cakes, 1 Sky Kia cake. Okay. Now I'm in the employees area. Alright. 2 prime, 1 sky. Nice. Okay, so that's a way to get a sky key finally. And oh, no, I don't want to mess with you. You're fine. Can't go that way. At least not right now. I think there's a, some sort of closed or locked door over there. Oh boy, so this is going to be a thing. Okay. And yes, baking of course would involve putting those in an oven. Makes sense. Okay, not ready for that, just getting a lay of the land. Yeah, this is like a bunch of... Oh boy, okay, so many things to read here. Okay, so it's, despite it being basically impossible to make a state change on turn 0, you can read a sign, but that's a change to the player profile's state, not the world state. And I didn't particularly realize it before, but the text scrolls properly during that transition. Sorry, that was kitchenware, herbs and spices, pasta, cookies, all the aisles, chips, candy, drinks, cereal, canned foods, foreign foods. Okay. Neat. Down here was electronics. What's this kind of supermarket? Ah! Step ladder, yes, of course. Alright, gonna need to move a little bit. I want to look at these fancy lamps. 2 Terra keys for one of those, 1 prime key for one of those, indeed. Okay. Appreciate that there's just a whole economy here built on these things. Whoops! I went the wrong way. Wasn't looking where I was going. Okay, so there's cake baking at the supermarket. I need to make note of that in particular because I can't actually see the keys on the map. I can see here, though, there's box cleanup. Alright, lots to do in the supermarket. I couldn't actually get into the hotel yet, right? Yes, I could, I just have not. Yeah, so that's hotel, this is what? Car dealership. Ah, but that costs a bit to get in. I could pay the price, but it does cost a bit. Now, I am still wondering if this is perhaps doable just like the sewer one was. This feels kinda similar. It may well be that I can do this, it may well be that I need to go another way. Okay, so I'm satisfied with what I did today. Next time, probably supermarket things to see what that whole deal is gonna be like. So, I'll see you then for that.